subscribe WorldWideChels.
I WorldWideChels. WorldWideChels.
Subscribe to WorldWideChels.
Thank you for your support.
Yes, people, welcome to another Chelsea live stream. Straight after the game, Chelsea have lost 1-0 against Man City. First loss of the season, unfortunately, against Man City as well. I'm joined here with jesters. I think that sigh says a lot for me personally. I think that sums it all up. Early kickoff. What time did you wake up?
6 a.m.
Yeah, I feel sorry for guys like you around the world for sure. I didn't get no sleep either. Matt J. Ball managed to make it simply because Loftus-Cheek featured today. It looks like he'll be getting more game time maybe. Matt, just quickly, I heard my brother just texted me. Norris is on pole or something.
I haven't watched it.
I watched it either. Basically,
Bro, come on.
Listen, unexpected top three, I heard. But anyway, listen.
Don't tell me anything else. Or, do you know if Hamilton took penalty or not? Because I heard they were rumoured it would.
I have no idea. He must have, because he's not in top three. But listen, big up CSC Felix as well. Thomas Tuchel messed up today. It's been a long time, by the way, Felix. I hope you're well. We all know it. Marcos Alonso's done out here. Why Marcos Alonso only? Everyone was bad, man. I'm so disappointed. Spending the rest of the day studying for 4 exams this week. Let down. Your mood's going to be definitely down. Jesters, where should we start?
Where should we start? Well, let's start with the formation, which I didn't want to play a 5-3-2 or a 3-5-2.
Just quickly,
I did not want to play that formation.
I know you didn't get excited over it last week or anything, but there were many Chelsea fans saying this is the way.
Yeah, they don't know football at all.
Even if you're going to play a 5-3-2, you don't play that midfield with a 5-3-2.
Well, that's what everybody was calling for. Look, we put that as our lineup because that's what everybody said we were going to play. And so don't blame it on Thomas Tuchel. First of all, our forwards have been out of form. So I understand why everybody wanted a 3-man midfield, but there's no creativity out of that midfield. There's none at all. There's nobody except until we got space in that midfield when we took Kanté off. Then you saw Kovačić start to drive and had a couple through balls. But it again, you have to have somebody that's a creative outlet. And we didn't have that. And if you play sitting back, you invite the pressure, and you get a deflected shot and it goes in, and that's the game. So please, I don't want to hear about a 5-3-2 anymore. We already have enough cover in the midfield because we basically have a 3-man midfield when you play with 3 at the back, because the center back is that third midfielder. So again, 3-5-2, it worked against Tottenham, but they're Tottenham. You could have played any formation you can imagine and beat Tottenham. They're crap. So
yeah, I mean, look, guys, everyone tuned in. Please like the video as it helps on the channel. Big up the leader for the super chat. RLC Hive, Loftus-Cheek needs to start if he keeps it up. Does he start, or were we missing Mason Mount, Matt? I have to ask, Mason Mount.
Where would he have played?
I mean,
I think he would have done better than the midfield 3, honestly.
Would he have played in that midfield 3, though?
That's the question. I do think we were missing something around his work rate, simply because there was too much space between the midfield and strikers. The 2 up top were lost, man. They were lost. It's not.
I saw people saying that, it's Lukaku's playing crap, Werner's not doing it. So what can you do when you've got 8 defensive players on the field? It was even worse because when obviously you expect the only one that had any sort of attacking outlet or could do was Reece James, and then he went off injured, so that just made it even worse. So
but Werner tried. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Werner tried.
Lukaku was a bit bad today.
Yeah, but they weren't great. But when you've got someone like Ruben Diaz and Laporte, most of the time they had 5-10 yards of space ahead of them. So what more are they supposed to do? I mean, Lukaku tried stuff, didn't really work out, but I mean, he kept putting his hands up. You can't do anything when no one else is coming up. You've got 8 defensive players. What I don't understand is why Tuchel went with this in the first place, because we played Man City 3 times with a back 5 and 2 midfielders, and we did fine. We had not really any troubles. But now he's decided to go full on. This reminded me of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Sit back and hope for some individual brilliance. And
they missed a penalty at the end.
Even with their goal, even with Man City's goal, it was a deflection, and people were going to say, "Oh, it was a bit lucky," but they deserved to get a goal.
Yeah,
in
they
the end of the day. So it was coming. I mean, when that lineup come out, as soon as I saw that light, I was like, "We've lost." If you're going to play a midfield 3, why are you playing Kovačić, Kanté, Jorginho? Kovačić, for example, he's this press-resistant midfielder everyone keeps talking about. Why are you playing a press-resistant midfielder in a counter-attack when we're going to be counter-attacking? There's no press to resist. And you could see he was absolutely useless today. Jorginho was not really great. Kanté, I don't think, had his best game. There's no creativity in that midfield. Where is the creativity coming from? Reece James, Marcus Alonso. He did look like he was puffing a little bit, but I'm not going to go on Marcus Alonso because there's a lot of players that are bad today. My argument, I don't think Chilwell would have done much better coming in, so I'm not really bothered who plays at left wing back. But there was nothing creativity coming out of that. And do you know what frustrated? Right at the end, I know we got the free kick at the end, but why is Azpi just waiting for the free kick? And then when he did the free kick, it was one of the worst free kicks going. I was just like, oh, come on, man. Like, come on. But I mean, with the Mason Mount thing, I think he could have played in that 3-5-2. I don't think he would have been great because I think his passing lets us down. His final ball is not going to improve from last week to this week. But I mean, this might be a bit of hindsight, but as soon as Ruben come on in that midfield, it looked so much better. But because he's an attacking midfielder, not someone at defence. As Kazilla said, he doesn't do too much defending, but you've got Jorginho Kanté or Jorginho Kovačić. Yeah. They can do the defending, and that allows Ruben to be that point of attack to link the two together. I'm not saying he should have started because I think that would have been a too big step up. But when he come on, he was absolutely fantastic. Again, he has
beat like 3 players.
He's got all the confidence in the world, beating players at will. Something, again, I'm going to make the point. Callum Hudson-Odoi hasn't done that in 18 months, and Ruben's done it in his first 2 games.
Listen, Matt,
and this is no. Hold on.
Let him go.
This is no Aston Villa beating. This is Man City, bro.
Let's wait. You're going to get into it. Let me play the sponsor quickly. It's been 10 minutes. I need to play it very quickly, man. I apologize, yeah? Big up Javi for coming on as well. But you lot download the One Football League app. I tried to cut off Matt for the last 2 minutes. This guy keeps talking like it's Johnny. I don't know why. But let's get into it.
I'm landing.
Yes, guys. Today's video is sponsored by the One Football app, the #1 app for all Chelsea news and in general for all other clubs, of course. But you can find out every single information around the club right here on this app. All your transfers, incomings, outgoings, all your general injury news, team lineups, predictions, everything you'll find on this app. Make sure you guys definitely download that. You can also, rather than going on Google and put a lot of effort in, you can see where we are in the league, you can see where other clubs are, how many goals conceded, how many goals scored, etc. You can also check out the squad information on each player to keep you guys up to date. And finally, you can also check out all other competitions, not just Chelsea. You can look at rival clubs, you can look at different competitions, the internationals, for example. And definitely, I would recommend this app. If you guys want to check it out, click on the link in the description. Go check it out. It helps me a lot. And you'll be seeing this app a lot more on my channel. Big up everyone that's supporting the channel. And thank you, One Football, for the opportunity.
Just quickly, guys, please like the video. I can only see about 30 likes or something. Let's push to 70 likes whilst over 70 people are tuning in so far. Thank you, One Football, for sponsoring today's video. Link in the description. Download the link. I just want to say one thing before everyone goes and says their opinions about everything. I want to use this game to talk about how our defenders are very good on form and not world class, and comparing it to Thiago Silva, who's actually world class. Because what I want to say about Thiago Silva is all the defenders can do the defensive work. No doubt, Rudiger, Christensen, Azpi, they all do it. But Thiago Silva very calm, composed, forward passing, risk taking, and for me, he's the guy that stands out. When he came on, the guy looked like no pressure. But when I see Rudiger, Christensen, Azpi, they're a bit cautious passing forward, and a lot of people saying these guys are world class. I feel like we're using this term world class very easily. They're very good players on top form, and that's something that I want to make sure everyone understands. That compared to Thiago Silva, his level is above for me.
Yeah, I mean Thiago Silva.
We know that though.
Yeah,
no,
Thiago Silva.
I don't get why you had to go on that long rant.
Thiago Silva.
Everyone says these guys are world class.
Yeah, I don't think they're world class. I think they're
very good on form. They're on top.
Yeah, they're very good on form.
They're
not
good,
world class.
They're good in the system.
I haven't heard world class shouts, honestly.
Yeah, you get the apart from the big accounts that call fucking Callum Hudson-Odoi world class, so that just speaks it all.
He would have done a better job than most guys today.
Oh my god!
Let's talk about how
he didn't even get the orange
right.
wedges out on time.
We might as well say Ross Barkley would have done a better job. We
need to talk about our team though, instead of come.
But Loftus-Cheek has played 2 games for Chelsea. Loftus-Cheek has played 2 games for Chelsea since he's come back, and he's proved himself both times. Callum Hudson-Odoi has played God knows how many games. He's over 100 games now for Chelsea,
everyone was bad today.
And he's so inconsistent.
Bro, everyone was bad today.
Marcus Alonso was terrible.
I'm not saying that, but would Callum have come on and done much better?
No.
He would have done better than all of them.
No, he would have. How do you say something like that? You're just trolling right now.
If the whole team,
no, listen. Everyone was bad. He would have done better. And it wouldn't even be good. It wouldn't even be good.
With Callum's mentality, I would have just seen someone like if the whole team is playing systemically badly, he would have just been he's one of them players. I could just tell he would come in and he'd hide. He's not one of them players to lift the performance when he comes on. I mean, the only game I could argue that he did okay in was the Man City one where we got smacked 3-0. But that was he had 1 goal and that's it. We had 1 chance, but he's not one of them players you bring on. He's like, right, he can up the game, he can change the game. He's not got that mentality to, and that is because he's a young player. He's 20 years old, so he's not going to have that mentality to come on and take the game by the scruff of the neck because he relies on more of the experienced individuals. If the whole team is playing badly, I'm afraid Callum would just hide in that, and that's coming from a non-biased. I'm not going to hate on Callum. It's just how a young player works.
Yo, we just need to not talk about Callum this stream and talk about that performance.
Listen. Hey, who brought it up? The guy over there.
Let me say one thing. Big up Josh for coming on it as well.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Just one thing. I don't want to point out. For me personally, I don't want to point out players for this game. I just think Tuchel got it completely wrong, and I think he just got out.
I don't even think he got it wrong. I think we just weren't. No, bro. It's not even that. It's like when you look at it, it's like we were moving slower than the City players. Like we didn't want to press. Like we just want to be in that shell. They wanted it more. Did you see after they won? You see what it meant to them because we beat them 3 times in a row. And they avenging that Champions League loss. We got to know that they're up for the game. You understand? The thing is, like when you play, your energy has to be first. Like you have to be up for the game. Like it doesn't matter if you're technically superior. If a team overruns you and you're not up to the game, then they're gonna play better than you. They just had more energy. I don't think we were up for it. This is the problem. And that early pattern that they had with possession. We never got out of it.
But I see that same energy every game in every first half. Like Tottenham, they've come out and they've been all over us, but we still won 3-0. Should have been.
But it's Tottenham.
I know, but the thing is, look, they got.
It's habit, though. That's that mentality. No, they deserved more, though. Honestly.
We're going to get punished like that. If we keep playing like this, we're going to get punished.
I said that a couple of weeks ago.
We are going to get punished.
One day we'd get punished, and we didn't get punished in the first half.
And exposed.
But, yeah.
Some players got exposed today. I'm not gonna say names, but
I honestly,
No,
just,
you're gonna
I
say
just think
names.
this
You're
is-
gonna say names today.
I think
We
this
don't,
You're
want,
gonna say
we,
names.
we don't want agendas today, please.
No.
it's not agendas, bro.
The players that got exposed today need to be exposed. Okay.
Tuchel
It is-
Like-
we need to be humble. I think
Like,
that's-
listen, no. Listen,
Yeah,
we
no,
need
it's
to
a good wake up
seriously.
call. It's a wake up call. It's
a
definitely a
wake-up
wake up call.
We need to seriously think about upgrading that left wing back position.
Bro, Chilwell wouldn't have done anything better.
That
I
what,
How do you
what
know
did I
that?
just say?
How do you know
Yeah,
that?
that's. This
What did I
game
just
was-
say?
This game was
I know
way
that. He
too.
can't even get
This
to the
game was
first-
way too
What did I just
fast-paced
say,
for
though?
Alonso.
What did I just say? We need to upgrade. I didn't say Chilwell would do better. We need to upgrade.
Look,
Bro, Alonso is known for, but even when we're going forward, those little snippets where we had an attack, he wants to slow the game down, and his crosses were woeful. We're
Yeah,
absolutely terrible.
He played about three hospital balls to Kovačić and almost got him sent to the ER with some of those passes. They were
Rudiger had to yell at him. Rudiger had to yell at him to get back in his position, which we know he's never like that.
A few times, though.
I honestly just think this is in the first half. This is one of the first times Tuchel played a game to nullify City and not attack them. And I think we really missed Havertz in this game as a link-up player between the midfield and the forward line. It just didn't work. I mean, we all sort of thought maybe he would play a 3-5-2 with the three in the midfield, but it just didn't work as far as being able to progress play. There was just no service. Nobody between Werner and Lukaku were dropping deep enough to get the ball and drive the ball forward. It just the first half tactics, I think, were just a miss. I mean, the goal from City, it is what it is. It comes off a deflection. It's whatever. But maybe a little bit of a wake up call. I thought we first definitely were better in the second half when Havertz came on, and even to a certain extent when Ruben came on, we drove the ball much more. But yeah, it is what it is. It's still early in the season. It's not make or break for our season like they're trying to make it out for City. But
it's a huge mental. It's a huge mental thing, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe later in the season it would have been, but we're still tied on points with them.
I think what it might do, it might just put them down. It might just put them down that level and make them humble, and it might give us. Because if we go too long into the season with this whole first half poor mentality, etc., it might be not. You might not be able to get it back. But now maybe this could be the waking up call to some of the, because Tuchel may be saying this to these players, but because we keep winning, they're not really taking it in properly. But now we've lost, and that first half, obviously it wasn't the direct compromise, but it was part of the game. These players may start taking it more seriously now. We may come out a bit more in them first half and improve. So they might take it on board. So we hope that is. I'm trying to be positive here. We hope that, but it is one game. It's one game against Manchester City. We need to improve. We know we're not the finished article. I'd argue we haven't had a get. I mean, Crystal Palace is probably our best game, and that wasn't with Lukaku. We haven't really had a game where we've shown what we are. We've got our ceiling is so much higher than we're showing at the moment, but we just need to get the right tactics in. Get the right players in, and just get it working. One day it will click. I think
we've got a very winnable run of games here coming up.
We've had a hard run. We've had a hard few games of the season. And realistically, if Reece James didn't get that dodgy decision, we would have. This would have been the first points we would have dropped because we would have beat Liverpool. But and that if we asked that at the beginning of the season, I think a lot of people would take that as a fairly good start to the season. So we got to make sure we go into these easy run of games now and not lose them.
Yeah, no question.
If we can do that and put up a good run again, we'll do it. I mean, all this has done with Man City has just got us back on the level we were. United's lost, and I see them dropping back down. So it's only Liverpool that I'm really worrying about. And hopefully, Brentford can do a job today.
Just before Justice goes all out, because I know he's waiting to say a few things.
He's loading up.
The donation, $14, of course. Kanté had a poor game today. Pains to say he should have been subbed off sooner for Loftus-Cheek. The midfield trio was exposed, except Loftus-Cheek done well and proved himself again. Big up the panel. Thank you very much. Justice, all over to you, my friend.
All right, before I go, I want to say, Miss Molina, I got you in my prayers. I hope everything turns out okay. I'm not going to go any further than that. But you know.
But yeah, Matt, I exposed you yesterday. But just as don't let him know.
What do you mean? What do you expose me for?
No, we're not gonna go there. I just wanted to say that because I saw a Twitter post and I just wanted to let her know that you're in my thoughts. So I hope everything goes well. So on to the game. Look, when certain things happen, you start to see the fragilities with some of these players that everybody hypes. Everybody says, "Oh, they're having a good few games. They're it." Okay. Marcus Alonso wasn't good today. Okay, I'm gonna start there. That's all I'm gonna say. He just wasn't good. He was the Marcus Alonso that you get after a while. Okay, if he's not scoring or attacking the goal, there's no use having the man on the pitch because he does not have the pace to deal. Okay. You can shake your head. I'm going to go into a whole bunch more players, so you shake it all you want.
The game was way too fast for him.
Yep. Jorginho is brilliant when he has space and he's on the ball, like when in the second half. When you make him play as a DM, where he's just playing defensively, there's no use having him on the pitch. Doesn't have the pace, doesn't have the physicality to do it. If we have the ball and he can dictate play, he's brilliant. When we don't have the ball, he's not. Because once he gets out of place, he's not getting back into place until next week sometime. Okay? It's just the fragility with those players is they don't have the pace and physicality to play if things don't go their way, if it's not a perfect game.
He couldn't progress the ball out of our final third. It's just not what he does.
Yeah, it's not. And so this is the second game that I have not been impressed by N'Golo Kanté. So I am hoping that he's still injured. I am hoping that he's still not 100%. Because if he's not, then we got to look to change up, what we're going to do in the January window. Because he just does not look at it. I didn't see the running around, the closing everybody down. It was like he was either he was hamstrung by the system or he's just not right. Because that's not N'Golo Kanté.
I think it's a bit harsh.
It's just harsh.
Bit harsh on him.
Okay, look at N'Golo Kanté in the Champions League game against City and look at him in this game. Two different players. Now, I said it could be the system he was playing in.
Yeah.
I believe it's that.
Okay.
I don't know what they were asking him to do today, to be honest with you. I thought Kovačić would have been the higher of the midfielders, but he was covering for Alonso all game, so he wasn't able to get progressive at all. So I think I put it down a little to the system as well.
Okay.
But you're
and
right.
I said it could be.
I think Kanté looks off, bro. I think that's something.
He does.
Like, you don't even like Kanté.
Yeah, he does. He's better than a 2.
I mean, guys, I think it is with Kanté. I think it is a bit of a mixture of both. I think he does look a bit off, but I also think, I think with Jorginho, I think it is more the system. We know Jorginho can't play as a lone DM. We've had this discussion under Lampard, etc. So even with a back three, you can't. We know that that's not Jorginho's role, and we put him in that again today, and that is an L. I'm not blaming that on Jorginho because that's just not his role. I'm not going to criticize him for not being able to do a position that we know he can't do.
So I think this is the problem with our players.
I always said a DM was priority. Someone like a shooter.
Yeah.
Sal's a good player, but he's not that DM either.
Well, look how much different we were when Ruben came. Ruben was actually playing that same role, but he was able to turn and go and progress, which George just cannot do, man. Ruben was lugging guys off of him all over the place and progressing the ball.
The thing is with
and
Ruben,
George, we know George likes to be a cycler. He likes to cycle the ball. And when they're pressing him, there's no place to cycle it except back into our third, which is what he was doing the entire first half. So, you're right. When he's by himself, it's bad.
To be honest, I actually a bit disagree a little bit. I actually think the way Ruben was playing, he was just playing that Kanté role better. He was creating that link between the defence and attack. I think you had when Ruben came on, you had Kovačić that dropped proper deeper. It was more player that Jorginho's type role. You had Havertz and Ruben trying to link up with the others, but Ruben was providing that. That's what I think. I weren't saying that Ruben should have started in this game.
But man, this only happens when we go behind, and it opens up. If it was still 0-0, you wouldn't have seen probably Loftus-Cheek make this impact.
No, it's true.
Yeah, probably not.
You wouldn't have seen him.
Obviously, because at that point there was a bit more space for him to go into. I think he would have done. I'd argue the way they played today. I think he would have done a better job than Kovačić. Kovačić was invisible.
But they're saying that
he would have been fantastic. I'm not. I said before. I didn't think I wouldn't have wanted it to start. But with obviously it's harder to look in hindsight. But if Mount's injured, if Ziyech is not ready or not at it, if you're not playing Havertz, you need an attacking sort of midfielder in there. And if you're going to put anyone, I think Ruben's the one that you maybe it's one of the ones you try and take a punt at and see if it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You just say, all right, Tuchel's tried it. But to play 8 defensive players, what hope are you, and the goalkeeper, what hope are you giving to us scoring a goal apart from some lucky run or lucky shot or a corner kick? Yeah. You're not creating anything. And it was worse when Reece James come off, because at least Reece can provide some sort of crosses, some sort of something on that right hand side. But unlucky for Tuchel, it was one of them things. He came off and Azpi come on, and that just made it a lot worse because it became even more defensive. At that point, it's hard because he also can't change anything at half time, because you can't really make two of your subs before half time, and then you've got one left that realistically that is if anyone gets injured, I have to leave it towards the last minute, which was Ruben's substitution. So it was one of them hard ones that it was just unlucky with the injury that didn't really play it into Tuchel's hands. He couldn't change it, so he had to stick with what he had, and it just didn't work. So it is a bit unfortunate, but it's one of them games. I think we know that this wasn't a formation. Tuchel's got it wrong, and it's all right. He can get it wrong. I've seen people say Tuchel out, which I think is ridiculous. It's one game. It's one game, and it's taken Pep 4 games.
They've been waiting for that.
It's taken Pep 4 games to out tactic Tuchel. I mean, I don't think many managers have gone more than 3 games without being out tactic by Pep.
Yeah. You want to read this super chat?
Yeah, sorry, let me just read it. Sorry, let's get rid of it. Sorry. Big up Mark Mahoney, £5. Timo with Lukaku. Timo still useless. How do fans back this football is beyond me. Winning the start from Norwich, get rid in January.
I don't think we need to upgrade on him, though.
I see Mark has come out of his mum's basement again.
No, I do think, honestly, I do think we need to upgrade on Timo. I'm not going to lie.
I don't think
Say what the father's here.
Look, I don't think you can say
I would say that
any of this game on our 2 forwards. They were isolated for 60 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, the hold-up play was bad, bro. The hold-up play was bad.
What hold-up play? They had 2 or 3 chances.
Steve, you're talking about maybe one or two opportunities for hold-up. That's it. I mean, they got zero service.
No, Sadiq, can I make a point? What's the point of holding the ball up if no one's going to support you anyway? Even when they did hold it up, there was no one to support, and that's why Lukaku kept holding his hands up, because he's like, what am I going to do? Pass it to Werner every time. After about 10 minutes, Man City caught onto that, and that's why every time we got the ball, Ruben Diaz and Laporte were 5 or 6 yards back. But I'm saying they dropped back, so Werner.
I'm saying for 2 seconds.
They've got 5 or 10 yards on Werner, so Werner's not going to do it.
No, you're wrong there, Sadiq.
I really think
the guy couldn't even control the ball.
I'm sorry, but if you're blaming the attacking two today, apart
the defensive Lukaku 85%.
Yeah, Lukaku made mistakes, but he's not gonna have perfect hold up play every single time.
There was no runners off.
No, but there wasn't even one good hold up
runner.
There wasn't like
and they had 2 people tracking him the whole time.
Yeah, it would have been nice if one of the wing backs.
And you know what I noticed? Bernardo Silva was in that pocket, making sure that ball, like, you know how we try to roll it into him? He was making sure he was cutting off that passing move as well.
He had somebody behind him and somebody in front of him.
Yeah. And I think the thing is, where we lost this game today, it was the midfield to me. Like, their midfield actually recovered the ball well, and they dominated in there, recycled it back. Like, to be honest,
they lost today to Aston Villa. I don't want to hear about Ronaldo. What did he do today?
He didn't even take a pen. He let Penendez take a pen, and he skied it.
No, you think Ronaldo's going to get any service that game today?
He would have scored in the box, bro.
He wouldn't have scored.
We wouldn't
He didn't
have got
score
to the
today
box.
against Aston Villa.
We wouldn't have got to the box.
He was
We
unlucky.
barely
He hit
did
the post
today.
twice.
So that's not scoring, is it?
You're just unlucky, man.
Okay,
I'd
no,
rather hit the
excuse,
post
excuse,
twice and get
excuse.
dominated by City at home, bro.
You still lost. They still lost the game. What does it matter?
No, I agree with that, but I'm saying his
Oh,
performance
okay.
is better than
1-0 is
everyone in the
1-0. It doesn't matter what happened during the game. It's 1-0.
team. Oh man,
So-
guys.
It's down to this. We didn't have any speed on the wings after RJ went off. Alonso's not a burner. Let's just get that correct. If Chilwell was there, at least you would have had some speed that maybe he would get into the attacking third. Maybe he would have been another option to play the ball to when we held up the ball. Okay? But if you hold up the ball and there's 4 Man City players around you, you've got one runner and 2 of them go with that runner. What are you supposed to do? It's like this Turtle Club is behind you going, whoop, I think I might want to get up there sometime tomorrow. It was just a simple fact of if you're going to play that, you have to be on the front foot. If you're going to play a midfield 3, you cannot sit back with that midfield 3 because there's no creativity. Against Man City, all you have to do is beat the front line press. Once you do that, you're going to have space for days. We had nobody until the second half that turned and beat that press. Why? As soon as they got the ball, they passed it back, which allowed that press to stay strong. You had to have somebody turn their man and get behind them. Once you do, that makes another defender come out, and it gives you space to play the ball into. That never happened until the second half, until the 60th minute.
When that didn't happen, no one passed long except Thiago.
Okay, but that
And we
really,
didn't win those balls when those balls were coming out long. They won
most of
every
those
ball.
balls were to nobody, though. Very few, except for Thiago's balls. Most of the long balls didn't go to any of our players. They were just hoofed downfield.
This tells me we were missing Mason Mount today.
No, it doesn't tell you. What is Mason Mount going to do?
Bro,
What is he going to do?
He would have been up there a lot more.
Who would have Mason played for? Tell me who Mason would have played for today.
Kovačić.
So you would have taken Kovačić off and played Mason Mount there.
Yeah. I would have had him on the left. I would have had him left wing, wherever you want to play him, left side, whatever.
Mason
Like,
Mount
No.
would've been
In the 3-5-2,
yeah,
where does Mason play?
it will take Kovacic's spot.
So you would have played Mount, Jorginho, and Kanté.
I would have left Kanté behind and moved Mount forward. Yeah.
Well, that's not a 5-3-2. You're talking
No,
about
but I'm saying out of the 3, he would have been more of the forward ones out of the 3. That's what I'm saying.
So he's more press resistant than Kovacic, right?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
saying
you know
Mount
that's
is
not
more
true.
press resistant.
I would have said
than
for this
Kovacic.
game. For this game. From the
Yeah, you're lying, bro.
No,
He's
but
not more
this
press
game, what
resistant.
I mean, do you know what? I'd argue we actually missed more of Pulisic and what would have been hopefully the prime Ziyech. But obviously, we're not seeing prime Ziyech at the moment. But we were missing someone like Pulisic in that game. Again, someone to be that connected part of the midfield and attack. And unfortunately, if Mount played today, we probably would have seen Mount get the ball, but misplace the passes because at the moment his final ball hasn't been good enough.
We couldn't beat that press,
against
bro.
Man City.
We couldn't beat that when we lost. We couldn't beat that press, and that's how we beat them last time. Like, not even the Champions League. The game when we played at City, like in the second half, they're pressing, but we were cutting through it, and then you run at the back line and it creates opportunities. And we just couldn't do it today. I don't know. I don't think our players. I honestly don't think they mentally were more prepared than us. Like their energy, everything, they're up for it. It was just better than us today. We were lackluster, honestly.
I don't tell me Pulisic, Ziyech, and all this, man. I don't want to hear it, honestly. I don't want to hear
What do you
it.
mean? We
They
needed
would've
somebody
made a
to
difference.
beat their man one-on-one today. We didn't have it on the field.
Bro,
We have
none
one
of
guy
them
that
none
can
of
do
them
that
made a difference,
consistently. What do you mean he would have made a difference?
Bro,
You're
Pulisic,
talking
Ziyech.
about Mount, who is slower than he's a step above of Alonso, but he's maybe as fast as Kovacic, maybe.
Bro,
How is he going to beat
I would
his
say
man?
Mason Mount's work rate in this game today, from what I saw. I'm telling you that now. I will take his work rate.
That has nothing to do with anything. We said we missed somebody that could turn his man and get past. Mount does not do that on the ball.
Yeah, but just as you also talking about energy levels, Javi was saying it as well. There was no energy from this team.
But having more energy wouldn't have helped us win the game.
How do you know? How do you know? How do you know that?
Because he'd get the ball, and then when it gets to the final third, it'd still misplace the pass, and we'd still lose out.
We still get into the final third, which we couldn't do in the first place.
We might have got in the final third a couple more times. It wouldn't have made much of a difference.
How do you know?
I keep hearing this, Mason, about his work rate is going to help us out. His work rate is going to help us out. We might as well get Jesse Lingard in. That's what Man United fans used to say. He's a workhorse. He's a workhorse.
I'm not saying he should
have brought Kai Erasmus. Probably
the way we talk about Mount's work rate as his primary and only thing he brings to the team. If we're doing that, we're just doing what United fans did to Lingard.
No, but listen, I've always compared it to like Henderson. Henderson's nothing special at Liverpool, but his work rate is the reason why he's always in that team.
You're saying Mount is Henderson.
Sorry?
You're saying Mount is Henderson.
In terms of work rate, energy.
Again.
You need that one guy in the team. You can't have everyone.
Yeah, we had Kovačić and N'Golo Kanté today. You're saying Mount has a better work rate than Kovačić and N'Golo Kanté?
Mount has better work rate than Kovačić, not Kanté.
Even though Kovačić has gone 90 minutes for us, he went 90 minutes in this game. And when we took the midfielder off and put another attacker on, which I said we should have played in the first place to pin their defense back, he had space to work in. If you're receiving the ball and you have the man on you, it's very, very difficult to make a snap decision. And it wasn't just one man that got on you. Once you get past that man a couple of times, there was another man on him. Again, it's because we allowed them to come on to us. The formation was wrong. We should not have played a three-man midfield. We should have played Kai, Timo, and Lukaku, which I wanted to play in the first place, because there's two ways to play defense: sit back and absorb pressure, or pin them back so they can't get in our final third. Okay? You saw that when Kai came on. Yes, it was a little bit more open in the midfield, but we had more chances because we had a third attacking player who could have occupied their center backs, and then Kai would occupy Rodri. It keeps three of them pinned back, so they can't play a higher line. They have to fall a little further back because you have now a second attacking player on, or a third attacking player on. Simple fact was, Pep knew we were going to play a 3, and he played a team, a 4-3-3, to match our 3-5-2, which was basically a three-man midfield, 2 8s and a 6. And their 2 8s and a 6, their 6 was better than our 6. And the 2 8s, Kanté did not look at the races today. So I'm hoping it's either the formation he was playing in, or still getting over an injury, or a little bit of both. But he just did not look like N'Golo Kanté from the Champions League.
Yeah. Kazilla, man, what are you saying? Kazilla, not here. Fresh
hello,
trim.
hello, can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, do you get fresh trim?
Yeah. But you know what? Listen, with the game today, it's a reality check at the end of the day. We needed to.
You said 0-0, man. It was close.
Yeah, it was close. I didn't favour us, to be honest, to win in this game. But I didn't want to say I'm going to be too negative or whatnot. I don't want everyone saying I'm too negative, because I know what City are. I don't want to let anything get to my head, you know what I'm saying? But I knew it was going to be a tough game. This is probably the hardest fixture. Or maybe Man City away might be the hardest fixture of the season. So it was a lackluster performance, you know. We failed to impress. Man City were all on us, man. It was basically as much of a masterclass tactically that you're going to get from Pep against a solid manager. Because we practically just got nullified. We offered nothing, and then Pep just easily picked us apart. I feel like Pep saw us as an easy low-block team. He's been playing against low-block teams for the whole of his career. He knows exactly what to do. We just made it a lot easier for him. But yeah, man, it was reality check at the end of the day. Now, a lot of our fans can see that we're not really the finished article yet. We might be one of the best teams in Europe, but we're not prime Barcelona. Do you know what I'm saying?
I didn't ever think we were prime. He dipped. he is drive-by. He did drive-by on us.
That was cause, folks.
Um,
No, I do. I do think Tuchel made. I think he did make the mistake of trying to absorb City for the majority of the game. I think that's what he wanted to do. Was like, we'll just absorb their pressure and play defense, which I think is a mistake when you play City. You have to attack them. You have to make them work. And we just made it very easy for them to do whatever they wanted, at least for 50, 60 minutes. And
why did we change anything?
This game's reminded me so much of Conte, Man City.
No.
Same result. We sat back.
There was no pressure.
We have to be prepared to suffer.
Yeah, we that was the first game I've seen Tuchel go in to not lose, and we lost.
Yeah, I can't lie.
Why did we play like that though? Like why did we? But even there was like no pressure on the ball. Like it's like we were scared. We were almost scared of them. It looked like we were scared of them, and
just let them have the ball. And that's
like we respected them too much.
At like the 40-minute mark, they had like 68% possession. We just let them have the ball.
We showed them too much respect. We should try to force mistakes or something. I think we let the game get into that pattern, and that was the wrong thing. Like after a while, it just became a pattern. It was hard to break that. But Kazilla makes a good point. Like it does show our frailties. I feel like we have a team. Like in Europe, we could get away with this because there's a lot more space. But when like Jorginho, like our midfielders get pressed, and we're not like dominating the ball, and it gets very hectic, I don't think they're most suitable for this Premier League, the Premier League type of style. There's a lot of because it was right like left wing back position. Because I don't know how Chile was gonna play, but I'm sorry to be Marcos Alonso ain't it. Because honestly, I didn't think our defense had a bad game. I think they actually saved us from more goals being conceded. Like if you look at Thiago Silva's off the line, I think Mendy had a okay game as well. His save against Grealish, I think he's 1-on-1. I don't think our defense. I don't. Marcos Alonso had a poor game. Bar him, Aspie was doing what he was defending well to me. And the only thing I didn't like was when he had opportunities to cross it into Lukaku and he would just play it back out wide. That was annoying. But I think the thing was the link between the midfield and the forward too. We weren't even getting it into Lukaku for him to hold it up or something or bring it into attack. You know what I mean? And I do think we need to, for instance, Werner got the chance to run out Diaz, right? Or whoever it was. Why did he slow down?
Yeah. Kazillo, what happened, man? You were talking, you disconnected.
I'm on my phone in it, so something must have happened. But I'm here now. What I was gonna say as well, as Javi said, there was no defense, there was no link to defense or midfield to attack. And you can say what you want about this geezer, but he provides it. Mason Mount provides that. He's the link to that midfield to the attack. Because when you watch Jorginho play, Jorginho gets his head forward, and Mount is always the one that's showing for the ball in between the lines. Mount usually turns and then boom, our attack starts. You can say what you want about his final ball, but he is in that position to get that ball and receive it on the half turn. So we slightly missed him, which was the problem today. Every one of our forwards, apart from Mount, can be seen as, or maybe even, Pulisic is not included, but most of our forwards are very static. They're very rigid when they turn on the ball, like Ziyech, Werner. They don't provide that link, you know. But Mount usually does, Mount and Pulisic. So I felt like we needed Mount today. But yeah, as I said, it's a reality check for us at the end of the day. Our players want that. Tuchel got it wrong, I think. I feel like you, especially only in cup competitions, you know, there's an away leg. You can set up like that defensively. But I feel like we shouldn't have feared City. We shouldn't fear any team, you know. As much as I say we're not the finished article, we're still one of the best teams in Europe, and we should have won that City. But that being said, City were on the A game. They had something to prove. Like, imagine we were playing against Man City and we lost the Champions League final. We'd be foaming at the mouth to play them, you know. So that's the thing. That's how they felt. But at the end of the day, we got to move, man.
Cause look. What told me? Look at the end of the game. Like normally, City they beat us. I don't think they would be jumping up and down. I saw several players jumping as if they won a final.
Yeah, they definitely celebrated like they won a cup.
Shouting at like our fans, like, yeah, that's what you get. Like, you know what I mean? You could tell, like, mentally, like, even from the first minute to the last minute, they were on it. Like, I was expecting some drop off, you know what I mean? I was like, oh, they can't maintain this press. But when you're tired like that motivation and hunger, like that second win, it's good stamina, but sometimes it's the will, you know what I mean? It's the mindset of doing that and closing down spaces and getting and making sure you fight hard for this win. And they just have a better fight.
Yeah, just quickly got super chat here. JJ Bridge, we missed Mount today midfield and Azpi shocking. Why was Azpi shocking?
Mount doesn't play midfield for us either, so I don't get that.
He probably would have been on the left.
Probably should have.
Did you said anything
That's all
yet?
I'm hearing. That's all I'm hearing is probably should have, would have, could have. We play Mount. If we played a 5-3-2, Mount would have not played in this game. So if you're saying that we would have played a different formation if Mount was healthy, then I'm glad to have that conversation.
Yeah, we would have played a different formation, but with him dropping out of the three.
Well, that's how Kai Havertz played today. He was the deepest one.
You guys see what Martinez did to the Man
That's
U
when
fans?
the game opened up, though. That's when the game opened up.
Sadiq, as well, yeah. We can't be talking in absolutes as well. Like when we see a team on the team sheet, that team is subjective to a more fluid formation. The formation changes in game. So if you see a 3-5-2 on the team sheet, that can switch to a 3-4-3 and whatever. The formation is fluid. That's what I'm saying. If you play with a flat 3-5-2 or you start with a flat 3-5-2, Mount plays. Because I feel like we start off with a 3-4-3, but on defense or when we're getting pressured, Mount drops into that midfield. That's what I'm saying. He's a very versatile player. And I feel like we take him for granted a lot of points because today we saw Kanté was playing at center attacking midfield or like the more advanced in the pivot or just in front of Jorginho and Kovačić. I felt like you can say what you want about Mason Mount, but he does drop into that position. And obviously he needs to work on his final ball, but he's not the finished article yet. So I feel like sometimes we need to temper our expectations or not jump the gun with these young players.
Yeah, I think my only counter to that causes today with the midfield three that we had today, you definitely, I think, are stuck in a static 3-5-2 because none of those three guys are capable of doing what Havertz or Mount, what you're asking them to do. Like, I mean, Kovačić had to slide so far to the left today to cover for Alonso that he was basically could not go forward. Kanté was not capable of going forward, and George was not good today. I know what you're saying when Mount or Havertz is playing, they're capable of dropping deeper on the defensive side, but with the three we had today, it really limited what we could do going forward, I think.
Yeah, it was one of those things where the formation, I don't know why Havertz didn't play. I thought that would have been the way to go is to put actually Havertz as a cam and then play Werner and Lukaku up top. It still gives you a three-man midfield, but it gives you a more attacking three-man midfield. And then you could have had Kovačić start or Kanté start and then swap around. Or if Jorginho's having a bad game, you can bring another midfielder in there that can do different things. But when you play your best three midfielders from the start, then you're you have no change to make really. Right? You don't have a change in the midfield you can make unless you're going to go purely attacking, which was the Loftus-Cheek substitution at the end. It was to get the points. I don't mind seeing him more in the sixth position, though.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone saw what Tuchel's. Tuchel had some really, really, really nice things to say about having him in the six and why he likes him in the six. And I think we saw some of that today when he came on, what he was talking about, just his ability to shuck players off of him, to create space for himself, to dribble, to drive. I know Andrew said we wouldn't see him until Southampton, but I think he might have to rethink. I think he might have to rethink that, especially depending on what formation we have to play going forward. But Yeah, I do agree. I think Havertz probably, in hindsight, should have started this game. I don't think anyone could really argue that after what we saw in the first half.
And the thing about Loftus-Cheek, like, I don't know, you guys say it's Villa, but like he has the ability to play like those short passes from the midfield to the forwards. Like one time, like I don't know if y'all saw that, or he has like the ability to be that link. You know what I mean? I think Jorginho is a different role. He's a regista, gets the ball moving, but from getting the ball from defenders to the midfielders, like I think RLC is very good at that. And we shouldn't be throwing him in. Let's ease him in because he's honestly showing some signs of promise. But I don't know. I think these games could be trickier than. I don't want to overreact because it is a good City game and this is a really reality check. But now the next game is important because we don't want to go in this slow. You know what I mean? Juventus' way is not the easiest.
They're actually not that good this year.
But it's like it's different though. It's different. Like a team could be bad in like their league and perform different in Europe.
Yeah, exactly, bro. We can't be sitting on our high horse all the time. Like we gotta respect these teams, and we need to temper our expectations, as what you said, or you're gonna be surprised like some of you lot were today. Because with my prediction, I said it was gonna be a very difficult game. I was hearing 5-0, 6-0, blah blah blah. But no, man, you gotta respect some of these teams.
I don't know. I think 5-0 was said jokingly. Again, I don't know what more to say to you other than some people did not look right today. I think we saw why some of these players are bit part players. They've been bit part. Huh?
All right, brother. Hey, guys, enjoy your weekend.
All right, Josh.
Just this turn.
So, again, some players are bit part players, and we saw why they're bit part players, and why they have to be in a certain formation. And when you get them out of that formation or get them out of that role, they struggle. So we don't have a complete midfield at all. And Leeds just scored 1-0 on West Ham.
No.
Sorry.
Damn, you're so fast, bro.
So,
and the game is very entertaining too.
It is what it is. City needed these points because they have to go play Liverpool. Let's hope that ends in a draw. And
who do we play next in the league?
Southampton. So, yeah. So we can say all we want to, but the formation, it was what it was. Though, everybody was calling for the 5-3-2 or 3-5-2. Everybody was hyping up how great we were looking, and that was the best midfield. And it is what it is. You can do that against lesser teams. Yeah, is he in your?
Yeah. I was like, yeah,
bro. I took Jesus out of my FPL. I played my wild card this week.
Oh wow, scored against us. At least you gotta go home with something. We lose, but he scores. You gotta go home with something.
Yeah, but I took him out. I used my wild card.
I'm saying, like, it sucks because you could have won.
But I don't care about that anyway. I took it both. So, again, we're going to go back to the 3-4-3. Hopefully, more of our forwards are fit. Mount's going to be back for Juventus. Hopefully, Pulisic is fit and back for Juventus. So you can start to see some different options for Tuchel in the forward line because they offer different things. So that's just what we need to see. So hopefully that happens.
Yeah, I really think we should go in for Rafinha. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I think if you want to bring another left foot in, if you let Ziyech go, then yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, you saw something, please. Oh.
Mikel, man, come on, Mikel. So I don't know if Sadiq's back. I don't know if Matt is back. Do you want to do player ratings?
I seem to be away for a few minutes. Sorry.
Do you want us to wait or do it?
No, you can start. I'm just on the phone.
Okay.
Jesus,
Well, I need
nobody's getting over a 7.
I need to
man.
share. Well, maybe Mendy.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Probably the only player, or Silva maybe.
Why are we doing this?
Like West Ham, if they had West Ham had Antonio for Man U, like I think they would have won, bro.
Give me one.
He's such an important player for them.
StreamYard wants to be a punk today.
I wonder what Tuchel said after the game. Oh, just as I say it. Yeah, he takes the L on, I think, this formation is basically what he's saying. Tuchel. So we didn't do enough offensively.
It's nice when he owns up to mistakes.
That's what I like about Tuchel. He's not no stubborn guy, you know what I mean?
All right. Let's see if it'll like this one. There we go. We can't. You're Oh, he's on the phone. That's why he's muted. There we go. All right. So this will be pretty quick since there's not a lot of people on. Start with Mendy in goal, who I thought was absolutely fantastic. Kept us in the game. Had a fingertip stave. Had to get big a couple times. Made some one-on-ones. We'll start with are you back, Sadiq, or not?
Yo, just as Kanté, he admits that Kanté has been ill for some days. Like he's battling sickness.
I knew it. There was something.
Okay. Well, it didn't look like Kanté. So
That's fair. That's fair enough, and you could excuse that.
So we'll start with the man with the plan, Mendy. Sadiq, what do you give Mendy today?
8.5.
Matt?
I was gonna say 8. Kept us in the game a lot. Was brilliant. I can't really fault. He's the only player I can't really fault.
Yeah, I'll go 8. It could have been without him. It would have been like 3-4. Honestly,
I could have gone higher, but some of his balls out of the back were not good today. Especially when he drove some balls down the center of the pitch, and he didn't get enough loft on it. So we'll stay with the old 8. And yes, I know the formation changed. When we could do substitutions, I'll move it around. But this is how we started. We'll start with Aspie, captain.
See, this is, you know what? This is quite hard. I'll give it 6.
Matt?
5.
Javi?
6.5.
I'm going to go with the 6. That puts us right in the middle of what everybody said. He was average today at both positions. Whether that's due to the people around him or due to himself, it's due to the lack of pace. AC?
6. 5.5, 6. I'll say 6. Because my average rating is 6, basically.
I got you. Matt?
Yeah, I'll probably go 6 as well.
Javi?
I actually think I'll go 7. You know why? I think he did pretty well with defending Grealish and them. He had a lot to do with on the right-hand side, and I think he did well. So I'll go 7.
Yeah, I agree with you. I didn't see him put a foot wrong today, really. He really had nobody to play the ball out. Something just happened. You set up real quick, Javi. I thought something just happened.
Oh, no. That's not true.
Oh, yeah. That should be a foul on Bowen.
This game is mad entertaining.
Yeah, it's more entertaining than ours.
More than Chelsea.
Oh, yeah, no, he went down way too easy. Okay, so
like our game.
Yeah.
Sorry. So.
I thought AC was good. I didn't think he played bad. I don't think he had any outlet today to play the ball to, but he did everything asked. For me, he's a 7. So we got a 6.5 or a 6, and 2 7s. So he's a 6.5.
Yeah, 6.5 for me.
Captain JYD, Antonio Rudiger.
I'll give a 6.5 as well.
Alex, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What rating would you give Rudiger?
8.
Xavi?
I give him a 7.5.
Matt?
Yeah, I'd give him 7.
Everyone's got different ratings, man.
Yeah, I know it's mad. I think 7 is fine because we lost, so I can't give him the extra point on top. He was good. I thought AC and him were good.
It was deflection. It was deflected shot.
Yes,
You can rate the player conceding based on deflected shot.
Jorginho, but it was Jorginho that it went off.
Well, I'm gonna rate Jorginho on a different play, but not on that own goal. That's a different story.
That's what I'm saying. That goal was Jorginho's deflection.
yeah. So I didn't think, but to stay on cue, we'll give Rudiger a 7.
Yeah.
But I thought
7 is fine.
I don't think you could split him in AC. So, whoops. Now we can get to the stinky part.
I see some. What do y'all give Aspi?
A 6.
6.
Fuck. Worst defender on the pitch.
No, he's not. He was not worse than Alonso, bro. He was not worse than Alonso.
I agree. I said defender because he started as a defender. He
Oh,
has
okay.
plenty of choice. For me, he was fine as a defender when he started to play fullback. There's plenty of chances when he put the ball forward and he chose not to.
Yeah, he slowed the play down.
Yeah, that's what we were saying.
That's why I think Alonso for me and what's his face and Aspi should get 5. It was poor game from both of them. There's actually, I can hear the stadium not booing but disappointed from that particular situations.
I think there was a chance in the first, the end of the first half where he tried to easily put it into Lukaku, but he chose to go wide or something. Man, that was just so frustrating. But at least he was defending. You know what I mean? Alonso was poor both ways.
Yeah, I agree. You could go lower with these scores. Except for Mendy, I thought
Mendy was actually man of the match for me for Chelsea, but
yeah,
he kept us.
Let's go with J5, and I don't think we'll see a score over 5 for him. So
he was really he was poor today, completely poor today.
Yeah, he didn't have the space he usually has. Sadiq?
10 divided by 2.
So 5. Alex, what'd you give him?
You
5.
can't just say 5, bro.
Xavi?
5.
Bring out the agenda. Bring out the agenda.
Matt?
It's hard. It's hard because I think he played really bad, but I know it's the formation. I don't think it's so much him. I'm gonna give him a 5. I'm gonna be nice and give him a 5.
Yeah.
No matter how you change the formation, he's always that pivotal point. So if it was 3 at the front, he was still the pivotal point.
Yeah, but I think it's more he struggles to play that lone DM. And that's, again, what we reverted to today. I think he's good when he's in a 6 pivot, but when he's on his own, he's just not good enough to do it. And we know, we've seen that from Lampard, whether it's a back 3 or back 4, he's not good enough. And I think it's just the unfortunate position he's been put into under Tuchel. I think Tuchel's he's probably hopefully seen and realised, right, I don't need that. And that's why we needed Mendy in the summer, because we need the DM.
I would just politely disagree with you, but believe me, in my head it wasn't polite because he plays the same position. There's no matter what system he plays, no matter what team he will play that exact role. Because is he bad on the defensive side of a team? Just imagine if he will be playing for different team, he will be in the same position. What do you think if he goes to Man United? Where's he gonna play?
Who?
Jorginho. Where's he gonna play?
Well, he'll play in a double pivot.
Same thing. And Kovačić was right beside him. As a matter of fact, there was 3 defensive midfielders. So how he cannot have I don't know. It's just my.
He makes a good point because Jorginho could honestly only do one thing. To be honest with you,
exactly.
Play that regista and recycle the ball and do that stuff. He has to be the focal point. But this is why when he's off it, we're off it. Because
exactly.
If you put pressure on him and you make him be physical and use his pace, which he doesn't have, he suffers.
Yeah.
So we'll go to, I guess, the man that was ill, N'Golo Kanté. Sadiq?
6.
Oh my God.
Alex?
Wait, who is this for?
Kanté.
5.
Oh, okay.
That's what I thought, bro.
You said 5?
I said 5.
Xavi?
Yeah, I hate to do this, but it's a 5, man.
Matt?
Yeah, I'm going with 5 as well.
I'm going 5 too,
this is
so he gets a
racist.
5. Stop that. Mateo Kovačić.
If
on the
this
other
guy
side.
gets a better rating than Kanté, I'm done.
He was
Well, now-
better player.
He did play better than Kanté today.
He was better player, man.
I think our old midfield was shite.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
saying.
it's not gonna be like a 7 or 8. It's 6. It's out of 3 of them, Jorginho is the blink of light in that midfield. Actually,
So
for me,
yeah,
especially with that pass.
yeah. Sadiq, Kovačić,
I will give same rating, 5.
Alex,
6.
Xavi,
5.
Hey!
I'm actually going one step lower, 4.
What?
I thought he was completely invisible today. I'm sorry, but
he done one good dribble and sat on Werner, but it was too fast.
one good dribble isn't getting you more than a 4.
I thought he was a 5.5. Just he gets
5
the
wins,
hat.
bro. 5 wins. 5 wins. Come on.
Yeah, 5 wins.
Yeah,
so
5
just-
wins. Yeah, but
and I knew 5 was winning before I said that.
It's like sometimes I look at Kovacic's body language sometimes, and I can tell when he's not up for it. Like,
Yeah.
for me, there was Jorginho today. He was just not up to it.
that all of them. Bro.
Yeah, all 3 backline. And
I think that's where we really lost it. Like that right there.
Didn't look like he was in his like he was completely. There was a couple of times when he slowed.
Tuchel said he was ill.
Yeah, well.
Figures.
Oh, that was almost another one for Rafinha.
Yeah. Just so.
Oh my God, just this.
He's got him in his FPL. Well, let's go to the left side of the crap show.
Hey, yo, respect that.
Marcus Slolangelo.
Would have done better than Chilwell today if he had played. So I'll still give him. I'll give him 5.5.
Oh, that was a bad tackle.
That's too high.
How?
Bro, he did not do nothing well. Like nothing well.
Let's be honest. Whatever Sadiq says, you retract 1.5.
Alex,
Yeah,
what's your rating?
He wasn't the worst guy on the pitch. That's the
5.
worst thing about it.
5.
He was the worst on the pitch.
5.5. 5.5.
Chevy,
3
from Chevy.
So let's bring that to 4. Let's give him a rating of 4 and then move on, bro.
Matt.
Yeah, I was going to say a 4, same as Kovacic.
So we've got a 5.5, a 5, a 3, and a 4. I'm going to say he was a 4 as well.
So 4.5 wins.
No, 4.
How?
You got 3, 3, 4, and then 5 and 5.5.
We got 5.5 and 5. That's 10.5. And 3 is 13.5. And 8 is 21.5 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, hit the post.
So it's 4.
That gets 4 and some change, yeah. So
Four
let's
is some change, bro.
let's call it just 4. because he was just
I'm
poor.
not going out to pie.
Alonso, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, man. I'll chat to you after.
Do we want to give RJ a rating or?
There's no point.
I mean,
No.
I would
Let's
just
put nil.
I would just give him an average 5 because I don't
A
think
nil.
he's terrible, but he didn't get enough time.
Okay.
So
Then we go up top to Lukaku. We'll start with the big Lou.
5.
Yeah, I give him 5.
Alex,
6.
Lukaku, 6. Matt,
5.5 down the middle of you guys.
I'm going to say 6. I'm not going to blame.
1-1.
I don't blame.
Oh my God, yo, we need to hurry up and end this journey.
Look, Lukaku.
Oh, you don't want to know the scores? My bad.
No, you guys are faster.
I know. The Russians.
We had what? A 5? A 5 point? What did you give, Sadiq?
I gave 5. Matt gave 5. Xavi gave 5. Sorry. Matt gave 5.5.
Alex gave a
Redneck
6. I gave a 6.
So probably 5.5, I think.
His teammate up top, Werner.
Yeah, I'll give him a 6.5.
Alex, Werner.
8.
Ooh, okay. I would have given higher then, if that was the case.
Xavi.
Werner 6.
Matt.
I'm going to give him the same as Lukaku, 5.5. Nip in.
Nippin, you want to give Werner a rating for the game?
Yeah, I am live from the bridge.
Okay, do you want to give Werner a rating?
How are you that much faster?
5.
Where's everyone at? Where's everyone at? Where's everyone at?
We're not going to like this, Chester.
Huh.
We were missing Mason Mount.
What position would he have played today, Nippin?
I don't think a player would have changed the outcome.
Kovačić was playing.
It could have.
Ooh, yes, Nippin. You're like me, man. You're like me.
So you would have played him in the midfield?
Yeah, I would.
And
He's
what
a roaming number 8.
and what would he have done different?
Given some creativity.
I was going to say, if you
Oh,
say
wow.
the work
Really?
rate, I'm going to leave this.
How many assists does he have this year?
Oh, come on, Justice. Come
It's
on.
like even pointless getting into this debate.
You and me are going to fall out. Chesters.
We're gonna do what?
You're gonna
Fall
fall
out.
out.
Because I have a different opinion than you. So we're gonna fall out because I have a
No.
different opinion.
And this is what I hate now.
Because you don't like it when people have a different opinion to you.
I just asked you. I didn't say anything about you or say we're gonna
Okay.
fall out. I just
Redneck,
simply
what are you
asked you
talking
a
about?
question.
1-1. What game?
I
Leicester?
think we would have been slightly
Yeah.
better.
Well, Burnley.
Okay.
I
scored
think we would have
again.
been slightly better, that's all.
Okay, you're
Okay,
watching a
I
different
agree with
game.
that. Slightly better. Not
What
amazing.
game are you watching?
I'm watching Leeds West Ham.
Oh,
So
I'm
we're gonna
watching
give
both of them.
Werner a 5.5.
Wait,
I could be watching both of them, you know.
It's
Where
called
did you get
IPTV,
5.5
man.
from? Just explain, please. I need to see this.
Well, we had Nippin gave him a 5.
Okay.
Matt gave him a
Cornet.
What did Matt give?
5.5. Or did I get Matt's rating?
Yeah, 5.5.
What a finish, Burnley.
Javi gave him a
I met-
5.
Who?
I met Trevor Chalobah today.
Who, Werner? No, I gave him a 6.
6. Alex gave him an 8, so we gotta go higher. We'll go 6.5.
Thank you.
Well, he do deserve an 8.
He ran the channels. He
Yeah.
out of chances that he had, he actually did well compared to Lukaku.
I think he was one of our better front players.
Yes, and it was. How much more do you want out of the white inside forward? Like, would there like?
But I don't think it was. He didn't do anything to warrant an 8. I mean, it's your opinion. I respect it. But.
So let's go to the substitutions because some of them changed the game a little bit. Thiago Silva.
He has to be better than Rudiger, so I'll give him 7.5.
Alex,
What was Rudiger?
7.
6. We're all the same.
Ooh! Ooh! Yo, we need to sign Rafinha, bro.
Bro, he's been doing so good. I don't have him in my team.
Do you know what? He scored nothing. I've taken him out, and he's banging it now.
Because you,
Nah, he just had a
This is what
dirty
happens.
mag, bro.
yeah,
Like,
that was about 5 minutes ago, though.
I know.
you
watching
gotta understand, I
Chinese-
got 10 people on my connection in this house, bro.
Oh, that's not that. I'm watching Chinese stream. It's
If I watch his goal, I'll be faster.
one channel, one something.
But
Someone said, yeah, we want Frank Lampard back.
they just like those people honestly like misery and suffering.
They
If
went to
you-
the game and they're like, we want Lampard back.
If
He
you
wouldn't.
will see me after the final whistle, I could say that, like, it's not about the Tuchel. It's about how disappointed I was. I will say Tuchel out, everybody out, like literally after final whistle. Then I start to calm down a little bit, and then
Oh, you get
the comments-
emotional.
common
the
sense
big
start
accounts.
to hit in.
Yo, you lot, the big accounts are so reactionary. They're like, oh,
They are. It's clicks,
Bro.
clicks.
they're comparing it to Conte and saying, like, it was going to be the same if you play for another 3 hours like this. Like, I don't understand, bro. What the fuck?
Do you know how hard it is to win games against the same team all the time? It's really, really difficult.
I'd like the big accounts to give me a manager that's won 4 times in a row against Pep.
There isn't one.
Exactly.
It's absolutely
The-
joke, man.
This is why I don't.
Like,
follow-
I
eventually
met
Pep is
him-
gonna get one right. You know what I mean?
I met him outside where we filmed Blues Fans TV.
What, did anyone get a photo of
That's
him?
where I met Trevor Chalobah. I did. It's on Instagram.
Oh, send it to me on Twitter so I can see it, please.
So, where are we going to give Thiago Silva?
7.5 I gave.
6 from
I've uploaded
Javi.
it
What do you
on
give
Twitter as
Thiago?
well.
Oh, he gets a 7.5. I think he was one of our best players out of a bad bunch. I think he saved that. I think he saved the
Oh
goal.
yeah, the line. Oh, forget 6-7. That's the goal line clearance.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
7.
Matt,
I'm sorry, Thiago.
I'm gonna say 7.5. Or
7.5.
I would push it to an 8, but no, he's not as good as Mendy.
And I think he stopped some dangerous situations from happening too.
he's just so smooth. He's just always in the right place at the right time.
That's just that
Yeah,
experience
deduction
and
for
him just being
haircut,
world.
There should be
World
deduction
class.
for haircut.
I think it gives them a little bit of flair, no?
He wants to be back in that young with the young
Yeah.
guys.
He wants to be
Kai
popular.
Havertz,
6.
Alex Kai Havertz,
I agree, 6. He didn't do. I mean, he improved, but not that much.
Javi,
6.
Matt,
Yeah, I would say so. If he wasn't offside by a country mile, would have been a lot more. But 6.
Well, he didn't
Justice.
score.
I give him a 6.
6 it is.
6.
I didn't know if your connection was good again. You've been cutting out. Ruben Loftus-Cheek,
10.
throw that out.
Best player in the pitch, more Mendy.
Well, you can't give him a 10 then. He didn't do any.
Outfield, like actual playing. Give him.
I met Hugh Wizzy. I literally just shook hands with him.
Okay. 6.5.
Alex, what do you give?
7.
7. Javi,
7.
Nippin, what do you give Ruben?
He's 4 seconds behind here.
7.
Matt,
7.5. Changed the game. Should have come on earlier, but I can understand why he didn't because of the Reece James injury.
so I'm going to say 7. So I believe that's a 7. Anybody want
Don't
to do?
take Rafinha off.
Congratulations to all Loftus-Cheek hives.
Yes, come on.
I mean, it's not a win, bro. We lost, but he was a bright
Andrew,
spot.
Andrew could sit down.
He usually stands up though when he's on stream.
True.
Oh, that joke.
Justice, very, very good plan you have here for the ratings. Appreciate that for bringing it on. I don't know what else to say. It's a loss, man. I kind of just want to forget about this game.
Forget about it. Move on to the next game. Hope we fix the mistakes. I think.
Yeah, we've got Juve in Turin on Tuesday.
I thought it was Wednesday game.
Huh?
I thought it was Wednesday game.
I think it's Tuesday.
No, it's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. We played Tuesday last time.
It's the 20. It's the
29.
So it's Wednesday.
29, I think it is.
Yeah. I looked at it before it came on. It is.
Okay,
Let
so
me check for you guys.
Are you using the One Football app? Check.
Of course I am. Never in doubt, is it? One Football says Thursday. No, I'm joking. Wednesday, yeah, Wednesday.
Okay,
29.
so Wednesday we got Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday.
Yeah. It's gonna be.
We got an alright break up to the Juventus game, but then again, it's harsh again for the Southampton game. So
I'm gonna be. It's gonna be very interesting when we do predict the lineup on whether we're gonna rotate for this Juve game or.
Well, it depends who's healthy first.
Yeah.
We got to figure that out. Because
is it international break after?
International break after Southampton,
so, yeah.
yes.
I would love for Pulisic to play against Southampton.
I would love him to play against Juve.
Yeah, I was going to pick him against Juve.
Is he going to even be back?
I would love for him to be
I
healthy.
mean, wasn't he training on his own? So I think he is training.
He's been training on his own for like a week and a half.
It's just get him on that ankle and getting him tackled with that ankle to see if it's strong enough.
Yeah. Is there anything else anyone wants to add before I wrap it up?
No. Oh, one more thing. Put some more respect on Ruben Loftus-Cheek, guys.
Relax, man. Relax.
Come on, no. I had people saying, "Oh, it's Aston Villa's B team." Well, look, he's come Man City. He's come on this Man City team, and he's the only player out of all your 72 million Kai Havertz and all that. He was the one that changed the game. So put some more respect to him. People were saying he's finished. People were saying he's an Instagram model. Then people could shut up and go home.
Instagram? Who said he was an Instagram model?
Multiple people on Twitter and a couple people on this panel.
I've never said he was an Instagram model. I've never said. I don't even know what the hell that is.
Nah, just as you're calm. I know you're true. Kazilla, I'm on you, bro.
Guys.
All right, I'll see you, Matt.
Matt, thank you as always. Javi,
no worries.
As always, Redneck, good to see you again. He just disappeared. Uncle Jesters, as always, thank you. And Nippin, where is Nippin now? Oh, yeah, the Sainsbury's.
I'm near Fulham Broadway.
Yeah, Sainsbury's.
I'm just outside the. Look, I'm just outside the station.
Yeah, the Sainsbury's right there. But anyway,
I'm not going home.
Okay, we'll see you soon, though.
Yeah, you know where to find me. Sadiq, I need to ask you something when you go off stream.
All right, thank you. All right, take care, everyone. All the best.